Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. I wanted to make a card that would have a background on it that basically you don't need any stamps to do this at all. And I wanted to show you, if you don't have any stamps, how you could make your own. And it starts out with these mini foam shapes that your kids would have, and the ones that work best are the ones that have adhesive backs on them. Then the other thing you're going to need is you're going to go to the Dollar Tree and get one of these foam boards. It doesn't matter if it's black or white, the paper on the outside of it doesn't matter. But what you're going to want to do, and I'm just going to show you one of these, is you're going to take your backing off of one of these and adhere it to another one. You're going to make basically you're trying to create a pile of these that are all exactly laying on top of each other. And I do like 5, depends on how thick they are, but normally 5 of the thinner ones. See how thin these are? They're pretty thin. I do that, and then I cut a really thin strip of this before, but we lost that part of the video, so I'm doing it over again. So then you're just going to put it onto your foam core just like that and really press it down. That creates, you can see that it creates a really nice thick image for you to stamp on, and then in the next video we'll cut it out. But I wanted to show you that because the thing that's neat about this process is the kids' foam shapes come in just about anything now. You can see I have flowers, I have squares and triangles, I have hearts, I have butterflies, another heart, another shaped flower. You can get a bunch of these, and garage sale season is another time when you can get a lot of these as well. So what I did was, once I have the foam board attached to all of them, I just cut them so that I'd be able to hold these like a stamp. I wanted you to be able to make a card that would really be mature looking, not little kiddish, and so that's what we've done with the project. So with that, I'm going to take you to the next step of the process. So now that all of my pieces are stuck down and well adhered to the backing, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut them apart and make them so that I can stamp with them. And it shouldn't be too hard because that paper that's behind them, or that foam backing, makes it pretty easy to cut. And it should make it easy for us to use it as a stamp too. So we're just going to cut these apart, and I'm going to use my new distress inks for these because I think that they should work really well to create a background image. That's my goal anyway. I think I got these a little too close to each other. I was on a mission apparently to get as much on the paper as I could. Let me move this back a little bit. And I wasn't going to waste anything apparently. Look at that. Close. Very close together. The reason I wanted to make these is a lot of you might not have stamps, and you're thinking to yourself, well, what can I use to make stamps? So I thought we could play with these and make a background and see if it works and if it looks good enough that we can actually make a card out of it. So I'm going to use some white paper, for just scrap paper, that's just some printer paper for my background image. And I thought what I would do, unfortunate that the background is as white as it is, but it's the way we roll. And I'm going to use the new Distress Oxide's Wilted Violet, Worn Lipstick. I might use some Faded Jeans, definitely some Spiced Marmalade, and some Fossilized Amber. So we're going to use those colors and see how it works out. And I thought what I would do first is stamp a dark color, and hopefully We can get enough of this purple on here. You want to make sure you keep looking at your stamp, and I'll show you once I've got it completely inked. Our goal here is to make sure that the whole bottom side is completely purple. You want to make sure you really get it well coated. See how well coated that is? That should give us at least a couple stamps. Now I'm going to stamp off of the paper and make sure that we get at least one image right here. And I do have some foam underneath. Oh, isn't that cool? That's nifty. I'm going to do one more of the purple. And I'm sure we could probably clean these off. We'll fake that after this. I'm going to do one more over here. I'm really holding it down. Cool. Okay. Now I'm going to see if this works to clean it off. I'm just going to take a baby wipe and some water and see if we can. I'm going to spray it first and then see if it just drips off. And I'm expecting that to be the case, where most of the ink comes right off onto the baby wipe, and it did. Look how fabulous. We're ready to roll again with that. I'm going to let it dry though. I'm not going to tempt fate. Okay, so now I'm going to go with a couple of our flowers into the worn lipstick. Oh, that was smart. I picked a pink flower for my pink ink. That was genius. Wasn't that smart? Yes, it was, Sandy. And I'm going to do this off in the bottom corner. See how much ink I already have on myself? Maybe you can't even see that. I might even be out of the screen. This does have little dots in the middle. I don't know if you can see those, but they came out really cool onto my background. I'm digging this. This is more fun than a barrel of monkeys. Although I don't have any monkeys, so I don't know how much fun they really are. One more up in the top there. Oh, alright. So I didn't get a completely good image, so I think I'm going to try and see if I can line it up. Maybe I didn't get enough ink on that one part of it. Alright, we're going to try again. Just need it one little section to get inked. Good enough. Okay, I'm going to have to wipe that one off in a minute. Then, let's see. I want to do one of these great big squares. I'm going to do that in the spice marmalade. Again, I'm going to do it in the yellow one. I'm not going to do that twice. Well, I probably will do it more than twice, but right now it's a lot easier to see that you've got... Whoa! Oh, that could have been horrible. It's a lot easier to see you got it colored when you have... See, now I have this little problem, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do that and stamp over that little section. And hopefully cool. I'm loving this. Way more fun than I thought it would be. Like I'm even singing to you. I'm looking for that recording contract soon, you know, because it's just a matter of time till I'm discovered world's greatest singer. How about that ink? It looked like that Easter egg exploded on me. It only took me a day and a half to get that Easter egg mess off. This is so much fun. I did find out that they're easier to ink up when you do them on their side like this, because I can see them better, and I mean, just in general, they're easier to play with. This one has a little divot right there. It looks like I got my fingernail in it. I just want to make sure I tell you that if you have anything like that, it's gonna show up on your art, so you want to make sure that you think about that. So I'm going to stamp most of my heart right there, And hopefully that part of my heart is not going to be ink on the paper. No, it's not. How lovely. Sooner or later I'm going to have to stamp something in the center, huh? I think I'm just going to stamp the very, like the tip of this. I'll go like that. And see how that works. That's fun. I haven't seen anybody else play with their Oxide inks like this, and I wanted to see if it would work, and it's really fun. I have to tell you, I'm loving it. I'm going to go with the faded jeans and my BAM, I don't know what you call that. It's that symbol that they always make when Batman and Robin got into a fight. Remember that? Oh, who knows? None of you are probably old enough to remember that. I would always say like POW or Zowie or something. I'm going to put that right there on top of everybody else, hopefully. Oh, that's cool. I'm really liking that little blue fella. Hopefully. I was going to say hopefully that gold was dry enough that I didn't have too big of a problem with that. Let's see. I want to do a butterfly. And what color do I want to do butterfly in? What to do? Ooh, I think I'm going to do it in this broken china. I'm going to get them all out. We'll just color with all of them. 400 different colors. And if you didn't see how many of these foam things I laid together, I probably laid, if they're really thin, I probably did 5 or 6. You can see that these were really, really thin. So you want to make sure, if you're doing this, that you have enough so that your fingers don't get stuck in the ink. And I gave myself a little bit extra of the foam board on this one, so that I see up here I have that so that I had something to hold on to, because the butterfly is kind of tricky to hold on to. I'm going to do this one right there. Oh, I just got my finger in the purple. How fun was that? Cool. Then I'm going to go in, I think I'm going to go in with some of these little squares. That was smart. I think I must do this on purpose, that it doesn't occur to me that I have an orange one on top when I'm stamping on orange. Do you think I do that on purpose? I don't even think I know that I'm doing it. I'm going to stamp that right in the middle of that gold one and see how it comes out. That was fun. My plan here is to overstamp some of these. This one square has got everybody and their brother stamped into him. Then I think I'm going to do circles next. This time I have a black one on top. Ooh, almost got it on there. So I can definitely see if I've got the pink on it. In the center of my, make it look like a donut maybe. Okay, let's see, what do we want to do next? So I thought what I would do, because I didn't love it so far, I thought what I would do is cover it with vellum and then put a little circle up here that I'm going to cover in the fired brick. I'm just going to rub it on there and hopefully get the whole thing covered. And then after I do that, then we'll come up with a plan on how to get the sentiment on it. I did want to show you though, I'd sprayed all of the stamps off, and look how clean they got. I mean, that was just by using my spray bottle and tipping it over a garbage can, so that works really well. I'm going to dry this real quick. Nice and dry. Next up, I have a little sentiment from this stamp set from TAC called Trendy Greetings. I think I'm going to go with hay there because I know that'll fit. It's just small enough. I'm going to use Versafine Onyx Black that I distilled into this Distress Ink container because I didn't like the container the other one came in. In case you didn't know that story. I'm going to also make sure that I emboss this in case I didn't say that too. One more shot at it. Okay. I'm going to use some Clear Ranger embossing powder onto my little paper. So I think I'll just hold it down with one of my paint brushes. And you want to heat this up before you start using it. One of the things that's nice about this is when you have something that you're going to put on to the front of vellum, then that means you can also put something on the back of the vellum to hold the vellum down, because I have tear tape on the back of it to hold it in place, but I'm also going to need to put something behind this just so I have a little bit more structure behind it, and I like doing that because then it gives you a little bit of it's just something that holds it down. I think Jennifer McGuire taught us how to do that. And I think I'm going to put a little piece sticking off there. I think I'm just going to see how wide that is. Let's see, about like that. That looks good. I'm going to put it right there. And then that we use that underneath everything to hold the vellum in place. I'm going to take my backing off this as well so that we can get it to hold it down too. Now what we're going to do is we're going to line it up really well, hopefully, and then put your vellum, fold your vellum down. And we're going to take this piece, same thing. Hold our vellum down on both sides, and then that little sticky part right there, nobody's going to see because it's going to be hidden. I'm just going to stick that down there, I think. So just put a little tear tape behind that. So I put some tear tape all over the back of my card, and I'm going to lay it on this card base, and then I'm going to put some of this black kind of ribbony stuff on my card so that we have I know I like the idea of that black shiny sentiment, the hay there, and then the black shiny, this little circly thing, because my circle on the vellum that has a sentiment on it, I think will look nice with this other circle. If I can get it off, always the tricky part. I'm not going to cut it because I want to make sure that I use as much of it as possible without having it go to waste. I kind of like it. It's not great, but it's not horrible either. And let's do our envelope. I think I'm going to take this big twirly piece. Close enough. Just going to cut off this little edge and this little edge. I take this little piece off because I don't need it on there. And I just need to stamp my card on the back. I made this for you. So here's our card. I hope you liked it and that you'll give this a thumbs up and tell your friends about me on social media because I really appreciate it. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.